Views expressed in this episode are those of the guests and not those of myself and the Tristen Law Show. Welcome to the Tristen Law Show, where I introduce you to personalities in and out of the professional wrestling ring, and I am Tristen Law. The unique part about this podcast is you do not need to be a professional wrestling fan to enjoy this podcast. No, you don't. So sit back, relax, and allow me to do the heavy lifting. This is episode 6, and welcome to episode 6. And believe me when I tell you, I'm glad that you're here with me. If this is your first time listening, man, you have some catching up to do. But welcome to the family. How was your summer? We really didn't have much of a summer, but by the time you hear this, Labor Day has passed, and the summer is over until next year. Although many of us didn't have an eventful summer, the best part is, God willing, we'll get another chance in 2021. So put your white clothes, short sleeve shorts away and get yourself a hoodie and long sleeve tee at TristenLawShow.com. Hashtag wear the show, because fall is here, baby. And for those who need to hear this out loud, I'm going to say this, so listen up. Pumpkin spice sucks. This episode, you're going to be introduced to Ray Pittman. He's a newcomer to the professional wrestling ring, but we'll discuss his prior athletic accolades and how he got into professional wrestling and more. Believe me when I tell you, you'll feel Ray's passion for pro wrestling and everything else that he does. Before I introduce you to Ray Pittman, I'd like to take the time to thank everyone who reached out to me on my birthday via social media. If you sent me a text message and I didn't write back, I apologize because I'm a horrible texter. But to answer the question, for once and for all, I am half 30. Whatever that means to you, that's what it means. I hope that answers your question, and thanks for sticking around, because when I get back, I'll be accompanied by Ray Pittman. I'm Tristen Law, and don't go anywhere, because I'll be back in a flash. Hey there, it's your pal Tristen Law. Do you find yourself skipping past these evil advertisements every week? Well, you should feel lucky to skip past this one, because I have the solution for you. Run on over to patreon.com/Tristen Law Show and free yourself from the evil grip of advertisements. Choosing the ad-free support option, not only will every episode be ad-free, but you'll get every episode days earlier. But if you love the ads here in the Tristen Law Show, there's an option on Patreon to simply support the podcast. There's something here for everyone. Head on over to TristenLawShow.com for more info. Welcome back to the Tristen Law Show, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. And just like I promised, I would like to welcome my next guest, who is a guy I've witnessed work hard to learn the craft of pro wrestling. And he's a super athlete. And I want you to be introduced, listeners of the Tristen Law Show, to the Blue Chipper, Ray Bulldog Pittman. What's going on, Ray? Say hello to the entire world.
Yo, world, what's going on? Hey, the Blue Chip is up here. Let's go. Big T, what's up?
What's going on, man? How's the family? How's COVID treating you guys? Everybody's all safe, healthy? Nobody got a call for a fever?
Nah, man, we all good, man. Actually, I actually got tested for COVID 2 days ago.
You got tested for COVID 2 days ago, and you clean?
And I'm clean. So
what's the test like for people that don't know?
Well, actually, they was testing me for, like, I guess the new antibodies or whatever, IMG, I think it's called, whatever. So they pricked my finger, which actually hurt a little bit. And then they, you know what I'm saying, did, like, I guess, like, the blood draw thing.
Right. So they didn't give you the nose swab. They just checked you for antibodies.
No. They didn't do all that. They just checked me for antibodies, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what made them think that you had it? Did you have it before?
No. So we talk a lot, whatever. Remember how I told you about the A7FL league that I play in, the tackle no pads football league I play in?
That's right.
So we started up on Sunday, you know what I'm saying, to give a little showcase for the world.
Right.
And they wanted to make sure nobody had COVID. So they had to, test everybody for the antibodies.
Okay. All right. I think that's pretty cool then that you guys are keeping everybody safe. How can somebody watch that? Like, is it on like Facebook or YouTube, or like how can we watch live?
Facebook Live, actually. It was Facebook Live on Sunday. It's still up there. You could go on Twitch. I believe it's up on Twitch still. I believe, but I know for sure it's on Facebook Live. A7FL.
A7FL. Well, pretty cool. I look forward to looking at that. Even though I'm not a football guy, I did watch the XFL for a little bit. That's probably the most football I've watched in years. I will check it out because I like to support my friends. But I called you a super athlete. Describe to my listeners in more detail about your athletic background.
My first love was basketball. You know, I'm a big Chicago Bulls fan. Michael Jordan and Pippen, the greatest duo in basketball history. Don't argue with me. You feel me?
Fine, I won't argue with you.
But I started playing football because, you know, growing up in the house, it was my mother and 5 boys. My father was around. You know, he's not a deadbeat. You know, he was always around.
Right.
But, you know, it's 5 of us in the house, and we needed something to do. My dad was like, let's play football. So first we started out in Newark, then we went and played for Patterson Mustangs. All of us in that one house grew up and played football, you know. All my life, every year I played a different position. Corner, safety, linebacker. And then on offense, it was just like, whatever. Just let him run the ball or whatever. But me, I was a hitter. So, you know, that's what I do.
Okay, I'm sure that you idolized athletes. You were talking about Michael Jordan. Did you watch that thing with the Bulls on ESPN?
You know, I started watching it, but then I fell asleep because I was just so tired from work. I was just super tired. I had trained in the morning, then I went to training afterwards to train for to practice my craft.
Right.
Then I went to, you know what I'm saying? Then I went to work. Then I came home to try to settle down and watch it. Nah, man. It was just dead.
Well, it's called The Last Dance, and I watched a couple episodes of it, and I'll tell you this, bro, it's fire. It's fire. Like for me, I used to
the Bulls is fire.
So I used to watch basketball a little bit back in the day, you know, like in the day, like, you know, when I was a kid and you were probably even like a baby. So I used to watch the Bulls and the Knicks and all the other stuff, and I was like, wow, that was cool knowing the story. But either way, when you were growing up, what athletes did you idolize?
Oh man, we talking about what, the 90s to the early 2000s? Tiki Barber, Jerome Bettis, my man's Sean Taylor, Ed Reed, Ray Lewis, Brian Urlacher. You know, we go basketball is Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Latrell Sprewell, Patrick Ewing, Charles Barkley, Shaq, all of them. You know what I'm saying? I looked at all of them as like dogs, like they was the best athletes in the sports, the best, and that's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be like them.
My mother liked Patrick Ewing because he was from Jamaica, because she's Jamaican. I guess we all are. But she loved Patrick Ewing. Let me tell you a story about Shaq. I remember when I used to work in Orlando at the AT&T store, Shaq would always come. You would always know when the NBA season was over because Shaq would come into the store. My store was his local store. Shaq would come in with this big old like pickup truck on like wheels that are probably like 90 million centimeters across. I don't know how big that really is. That's that number. And then Shaq would come in there. And one time Shaq came in with this BlackBerry, and it wasn't sold in America yet. It looked like at the time AT&T gave Shaq free cell phone service, because if Shaq goes, hey, I have AT&T, obviously why don't you have AT&T? So Shaq comes into the store and Shaq goes, hey, can you transfer all my contacts? Well, that's not the Shaq voice. Let me give you the Shaq voice. Hey, can you transfer over all my contacts and pictures and everything else on my phone to the new BlackBerry? Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, we don't do that. Well, I'm Shaq. You're right, you're Shaq. Let me go ahead and take care of that for you.
Yo.
How could we deny Shaq? Pick one of those athletes that you idolized when you grew up. What made them special?
Well, Jordan, because Jordan was just the best basketball player ever, and I still believe that to this day. I mean, you know, LeBron is here, but Jordan didn't lose 5 championships. So, you know,
all right.
That's all I got to say about that.
All right.
You know, but you know, you know, I mean, I really, if there's anybody to talk about, it would be Ray Lewis and Jerome Bettis. Ray Lewis had, when he came to the game, and I'm a Giants fan. So when the Ravens beat the Giants in the Super Bowl, I was royally upset. But I knew why. Ray Lewis was the key to that team, and he did his thing in on the field and off the field. And that's why I really looked up to him. He did some bad things, but he turned his whole life around, you know.
Right.
You know, that's what I want to do with my life, you know. I mean, I never really did no bad things, but I want to turn it around like how he did, you know.
Right, I feel that 100%. So right now, you know that in the world there's a lot of racial injustice and inequalities, and people are making changes to make things better. What do you think of the name change for the Washington Redskins? Or right now, I think they're just called Washington.
With the Redskins thing, I honestly thought the name was pretty tough. I ain't gonna lie to you. Washington. I thought it was pretty cool. But I understand why they're changing the name. So I'm not even going I'm not even going to argue with them. Like, okay, you feel like it's a racial slur? Fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's change it. And let's change it to something better. Let's make it better than the Redskins. You know what I'm saying? So I would say bring it back to like basketball, Washington Bullets. But I don't know if you could do that. So,
yeah, somebody probably owns that name. So, all right. So since you're throwing out names out there, aside from the Washington Bullets, what name do you think the Washington football organization should go for?
If not the Bullets, Capitals, then the Capitals, If not the Capitals, then I like Smoke.
Washington Smoke?
What is it? Steam. Washington Steam. I like Steam. I really like that. And then have the train like a Boilermaker, like the Purdue Boilermaker. I don't like Boilermaker. I don't like the sound. And I don't want nobody to say train. So Washington Steamrollers with the train, that'll be dope,
I was thinking the Washington Senators.
That's hard too.
You like that?
I mean, that's hard too. Like, you know how Florida State got the Seminoles? They're not Indians, but they're called Seminoles, you know?
Right.
So, I guess, yeah. And then you still got the Kansas City Chiefs, but that what you just said, though? I like that one. That's dope.
So I've seen you play football. I have. And I am not a football guru. But after you seen you play, I'm sure the NFL or another pro football league was in your horizon. What made you jump into professional wrestling?
All my life, well, not all my life, I want to say, like, when I got to middle school, I wanted to get to the NFL. It was just NFL or nothing. Then after a while, I'm just like NFL, CFL, because the CFL started getting big, too, and in arena. I went to arena games. So any pro football level, I was down for, but the NFL is the top goal. I was playing for a while. I messed up my grades at Lackawanna in college, So I had to do Bergen. I had to go to Bergen Community College for, like, 2 years to get my grades back up to go to another university. I ended up going to Montclair State. It just wasn't for me. Stayed there for a year, I played for a year. I stayed on school for a little while longer, but played for a year, but it just wasn't for me. So I sat and I already had my daughter at the time too.
Right.
Like I was 20, I was like 24, 20. I was 24 when I had my daughter, so I was 25, 26, sitting in my room just scrolling through, looking like, dang, like I don't want to play football no more. Like it's not gonna get me nowhere. Like what else can I do? So it was either going to be either wrestling or boxing. I'm just being 100% real with you. It was either going to be one of the two, I just figured wrestling because, boxing is like me still being competitive. And me, knowing myself, I don't like to lose. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we're going to fight to the death. You feel me? Like, we're going to fight to the death if I was going to box. So I was like, you know what? Let me just choose the calmer route. And let me go wrestling, Even though it's not that calm, it's still, I thought it was calm, but until I got there, it's like a whole nother bar that I didn't even know was there. So pretty cool. Like, I like wrestling. I even liked it as a kid. I loved it as a kid, really, more than football.
So when you said that when you got to wrestling, it was like a whole entire another bar, like, what do you mean?
The expectations that I had, it was shattered. You know what I'm saying? Because like my first match, I'm thinking, I'm about to go out there, the crowd going to love me. It's not like that,
Nope.
You have to really get the crowd behind you at what you do and how your character is and stuff like that. So I was like, dang. After my first match, it was a dope match. It was cool. It was a dope match. But I knew I needed to step my game up to where I wanted the same reaction I got in football in wrestling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a one-on-one thing. It's solo. It's not, you don't have 10 other people out there with you trying to make the play.
Right.
It's just you.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? So, it's a different ball game, but it can be conquered. It can be conquered.
When and where was your first professional wrestling match?
Fairfield, New Jersey. ECPW, East Coast Professional Wrestling, under Gino Caruso.
Who'd you work?
I worked Tony Vega.
Okay.
Here's a funny story though. Me and Tony Vega are from the same town. We're from the same town. We're from the same area. And in our class, because we went to elementary school, middle school, and we did 2-3 years of high school together before I transferred.
Right.
We were the only wrestling fanatics in our grade. I lie to you not. Mm-hmm. In our whole school.
Right.
The only wrestling fanatics, me and him. And it's so funny because when I started training, and I want to say 3 months in, I was 3 months in training, he walks in, he's like, oh, I'm like, oh, my bro. So it was cool, yo. That was cool.
Walk me real quick through the mindset that you had before your first wrestling match with Tony Vega.
I was nervous, bro. Man, I was nervous. Like, You know, it's the same butterfly feelings you get before a game. Football, basketball, baseball, soccer. If you ain't nervous, then you ain't supposed to be out here.
Fair
Pretty
enough.
much. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I still
You know
get
what I'm
nervous walking through the curtain today. Like, if I had to walk through the curtain right now, I'd still be nervous. I'm always nervous. And then, like, I come through the curtain and just like all leaves because the things I think about, am I going to fall? Am I going to mess something up? Like, I just think about all the crazy things. But then, like, when that bell ring and we just start locking up, like, I remember wrestling Kenny Bengal. And, like, he came out with the mask. And you know how his mask gimmick, how it, like, moves?
Yeah.
So I locked up with him when he got in the ring. I'm like, dude, your fucking mask moves. And me and him are just dying laughing in the lockup. Dying laughing. I'm like, dude, your fucking mask moves? And he's like, yeah. And I'm just laughing in anyway. But go ahead, continue. I'm sorry. Tell me about the mindset that you had during your first wrestling match.
You know, I was just nervous, man. You know, that was really it. Like, you know, like you said, you've been doing this longer than me. Like, you've been doing this for what? Like, how long? Like
2009, 10 years, 11 years? Oh.
10 years? Yeah, bro. And you still get nervous. So that means that you care about what you do, that you're passionate about what you do. And then anything less of a phenomenal performance for you is like, it's, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's a heartbreaker for you. And that's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? If I perform less than what I'm expected, you know what I'm saying, I get upset. And I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that feeling. I don't want that burden. You know what I'm saying? I had a few matches like that, like literally like a few, like I was like, dang, I could have did this, I could have did that, I should have did this should have been much better, you know. But all of that, all of those few experiences that I had were all learning experiences. You know what I'm saying? So I just took those, watched them over and over, and took it under the chin, and didn't do it again.
I never forget that match that we had, and I can't tell you where it is. But remember that one match that we had, and then you got on the ropes? And everybody, in Booton.
That was in Booton.
Yes, in Booton. And everybody started cheering for you, and you were like on the top rope. I'm like, in my mind, dude, jump.
Yeah. Because they was quiet. They was into it, then they got quiet, and I was like, all right, let me go up here. So I went up there. As soon as I put my leg up there, I was like, oh, okay. I was like, okay. That's what's up. You never know with wrestling fans, man. You never know. So it's things like, you know, that there's things that they'll do that I'll remember, and I'll put it together for my next match.
And one of the things that I've told you, and I've told a lot of the other newer wrestlers to the game, is that it's not about the moves, it's about the story. And if you can invest the people into the story, they're going to appreciate the moves. If you just go in there and just do moves, like, yeah, they don't get enough time to soak it up. That's why we say, tell the story. You don't have to move 10,000 miles per hour for 10 minutes. We can move 10,000 miles per hour for maybe a minute and then slow it right back down.
You know what, though? You say that. I say this all the time. You are one of the 4 to 5 people I listen to all the time on the daily. Swear to God. It's you, it's Dirtbag Dan, Prince Akhenaten, Crazy Ivan, and the Graysons. I listen to them all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, they come in, I see them. I don't really see the Graysons that much, but when they come in, they always, you know what I'm saying, show me something new. Prince always, like, you know, he's on my messengers. We hit each other up. He hit me up, I hit him up. I ask him questions about certain stuff, he'll give me the answers. Crazy Ivan is always in my ear.
Right.
And you know how Crazy Ivan is.
Yeah, he's crazy.
So, you know, like, yeah, so, you know, like, you know, but that's what I need. I play football, so, you know what I'm saying? That's what I need. I need him to be like, hey, yo, stop being dumb. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I need that. You feel me? Right. So, you know, and then there's you. You just calm and cool, but you always keep on everything you guys said happened and worked. So, you know what I'm saying? I'll just listen to you 5 guys all the time. Like, I wouldn't even, you know what I'm saying? Gino's a given. Like, he trained me. He was the first one I came to. So, you know what I'm saying? That's it. Mr. Italy, that's the Don. You know what I'm saying? So I don't, you know what I'm saying? You guys, I respect everybody, but you guys I listen to 100% all day, every day, you know, and I keep what you guys say in my mind all the time, bro.
Well, thank you.
And I want to thank you for that too.
No, man, I thank you for going out there and trying to put on the best show, period, whether it's with me or not. Because even if you're the match before me, if you put on a good show, they're like, okay, cool, what else do we have to offer? And I go out there and I give them that extra all because of you. Like, for me, I feel that I don't wrestle for my match. I wrestle for the show. I want the whole show to be good. Because if everybody comes to that show and go, wow, that show was good, what are they going to do? They're going to tell their friends, and then all their friends want to come back and see us next time. And it's going to have a bigger draw next time. That's what I care about. What was your first wrestling school, and what made you choose that school?
My first wrestling school was East Coast Professional Wrestling with Gino Caruso. I chose that school because my man's Frankie Leone. He's a cameraman for GoPro Wrestling.
Okay.
But I told you about A7. He was our offensive lineman. You know what I'm saying? Him and his boy Jim. They was our offensive lineman. I was just so happened to scroll through my Facebook and I just see him. I see wrestling, and his face pop up right afterwards. I was like, oh, Frankie, you a wrestler? He's like, nah, bro, I'm a cameraman, but I could put you in to da-da-da. So then the next day I came in, I showed up, I talked to Gino and the Kodiak Bear. Those were the first two people I met. And that was August 27, 2018. And then it was from there to now.
What's the best piece of advice that you've learned in pro wrestling school?
Less is more.
Yeah, so less is more. That's right.
Being a new dude, like, it's tough to, like, you know, really put that concept in, because you just want to do the moves. You know what I'm saying? You want to do the moves. You want to get the crowd hype. You want to da-da-da. But it's not always all about the moves. And I learned that the hard way. You know what I'm saying? The hard way, not during the match. The hard way with Crazy Ivan. I learned that the hard way.
Right.
But it's here. It's here now. You know, it's in my mind. You feel me? But, yeah, like, you know, I learned that the hard way. And ever since I learned it, like, things have been going good. I mean, well, it started out good before the pandemic happened.
I know, me too. I felt the same exact way before the pandemic started. Like, I felt like I was on a roll, and things were like picking up, and then COVID became a thing, and it's like, all right, cool. I'm sitting at home and, you know, eating because I like food, and, you know, and if let me tell you, I have a mindset where I'm supposed to be 500 pounds, and they're supposed to be like cutting me out of a house. Like, that's how my whole mentality is set up. Like, I'm the kind of guy, dude, that you can't tell me that I lost weight, because you know what that means, right? I can go to the buffet now. That's what that means. Like, my mind is jacked up. That's why I need to work out. That's why I need to go to wrestling class so I can work out, because my mind is jacked up. What makes pro wrestling different from football as a performer?
Hey, man, like, one, you, like I said, you don't have 10 other people out there with you. It's not you and them putting on a performance to get a W. It's you by yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you got to have the work ethic, like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I keep that same football mentality, work ethic, because that's how I go. That's how I get started. You know what I'm saying? I get to the end. It's cool because I got my brother, my blood brother, to help me work out and train me and stuff like that. And then he's 6'2", I think he's like 245, 250. So he's going to push me, you know what I'm saying, to get where I want to go. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
The work ethic, you know what I'm saying, the work, it's pretty much the same, you know? It's how you approach it, pretty much. That's what I'm trying to get. It's how you approach it. How you approach the game is what you're going to get out of it.
If your brother's that tall and that jacked, why is he not your tag partner? Y'all can have a whole group called like the Dog Pound or like the Pittman Brothers or something.
You know, I brought that to his attention, but he looked at me and was like, bruh, I'm not wrestling with you. I said, okay.
So that as quick as you thought of that question, that it was out of his mind already.
Out of his mind. He shut it down early. Like, man, no. I was like, all right.
So for me, pro wrestling was hard because I never really played sports on an organized level, except for the NFL Junior Player Development League. They called it JPD. I did that back in 1999. It's now called the high school. Yeah, it's now called the high school player development. So I was in like the pilot program. It was two places it was done. It was done in the Bronx and it was done in Staten Island. And like ESPN came and they recorded us. I was on ESPN maybe once or twice that they recorded it. Hey, ESPN, if you're listening, I would love to see that footage. But for me, even though I did that, I don't say I have an athletic background. So the athletic side of professional wrestling was difficult for me to learn. What struggles did you have in professional wrestling?
Just staying high, because I'm used to staying low. You know, every time you make a play, you got to stay low.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, lowest man always win. That's what I was taught from a young dude. Even at JPD and all the HSPD and JPD. I went there too, bro.
Oh, you did?
Like, me and my brothers, we did that too.
Like, see, my team, we were on the Jets. That's the team that we were on. We were on the Jets.
Yeah, the Jets, bro. That's, you know, when he was playing for them, Jericho Cotry. He had one for the Jets when he was playing for the Jets. Mm-hmm. And that's what me and my brothers went. It's still going on now, I believe. That's
really cool. A small thing that started at two high schools, one in the Bronx and one in Staten Island. It's now becoming a thing.
It's all over. HSPD, JPD. They got JPD and now HSPD.
Right.
Before, it's all the same thing.
When I was doing it, there wasn't like I know that there's a flag football element to it, when I did it, there was no flag football. It was only a tackle thing. My biggest problem when I was doing it was that, bro, I've always had like a big dome. Like they call me like cerebro. That means brain in Spanish. And I remember putting the helmet on, and like the helmet was so tight, and like I feel like my brain was being squished. And the damn coach would always come by and slap my helmet. I'm like, stop slapping my helmet. Stop slapping my helmet.
Yeah.
But I don't want to tell the coach, don't slap my helmet, because that's the coach.
Yeah. I mean, look, man, I was a head case. After I hit somebody, after he just slapped me in my head, I just be like, all right, whatever, just an extra tap, bro, whatever. Like, but I mean, it was I always wanted to get that reaction from coach. Like, nice job, slap me in my head. Don't slap me on my butt though. That's a little, slap my head though,
Well, hopefully, if the coach was slapping you in your head, your helmet wasn't like 2 sizes too tight.
Nah, if it was because of my hair.
What ideas did you have for your gimmick or character prior to coming into pro wrestling?
I didn't even have an idea, bro. I didn't even know what I wanted. I was going crazy trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I was watching a whole bunch of movies. I even watched G.I. Joe and thought I was going to do like an army thing. I'm like, bro, nah, that's cool. So it's like, I wanted to, I had to find my own, place. I had to like think about everything that I did, everything I was doing my whole life or whatever, and figure out what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? How I wanted to like bring it to wrestling. So I just brought up the dog. Like, I'm saying? I'm a dog in the field. I'm a dog in the weight room. You know what I'm saying? I look up to all dog athletes, Saquon Barkley, Odell Beckham, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, all dog. Bryce Harper. If you want me to go baseball, you want me to go soccer too. Messi, you know what I'm saying? Like, all of them, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's where I got it from. You get me? I might, change it, tweak it a little bit, probably, I don't know. I might tweak it. Well, I'm definitely going to tweak it because change is always good.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to tweak it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's where I got it from. So,
all right, here's one of my fun questions to ask. Who is Ray Pittman?
Hey, man, Ray Pittman. Ray Pittman he's a great guy, Somebody you should always want to be around. I'm a father of a 4-year-old. She's 4 now. I work hard. My work ethic is like through the roof, and I try to, you know what I'm saying? My work ethic hits the roof, and then I break it. You know what I'm saying? Because I want more. Like, I shoot for the stars. My daughter's middle name is Sky because the sky is the limit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just keep going. Just want to keep climbing, keep rising. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
That's just who I am. That's just what I want it. I want it bad. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you think it is that I want, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? If it's gold, that's exactly what it is. If it's the Hall of Fame, that's exactly what it is. You know what I'm saying? I want that accolade. You know what I'm saying? I want to eventually. I want to play the game. You know what I'm saying? I want it all, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not looking past like being patient. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I'm fine with being patient. You know what I'm saying? I'm fine with working hard and learning from the best of people that's above me, you know what I'm saying, to get to where I want to be. You know what I'm saying? That's how you got to do it. That's how you got to grow. You know what I'm saying? If you think you're going to do it by yourself, it's not going to happen, bro, because you don't know nothing.
That's right.
You feel me? Like, everybody else around you, the people around you that's been there before you, they know. If you're going to come out here being a jerk, like, you might as well just go back home. You know what I'm saying? If you're not going to help out your bros when they help you out, might as well just go back home, call it quits, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You always give back to those who gave to you. You know what I'm saying? Or even if it's a little bit, I like to give back to others. When they give to me, I do for others. I do unto others as they would do unto me. As I feel they would do unto me. You know what I'm saying? And my grandmother taught they taught me that. And I thank them for that all the time.
So if you were to become like this big time professional wrestler, which I always tell you, dude, you will be. You're going to be on TV. I always tell you, speak it into existence. You are going to be on television. All right?
Thank you.
And when you get there and you start making decent amount of money, let's say you make like $1 million, you're making like rock money, okay? Shoot for the stars, right? Shoot for the stars.
Yeah, right.
You're making that rock money, that John Cena money.
Right.
What you said you like to give back. How would you give back now that you're like a billionaire, millionaire?
There's high schools around my area, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm from Clifton, New Jersey, you know what I'm saying? All my friends live in Paterson, New Jersey. More the borderline, you know what I'm saying? So I'll give back to Eastside High School in Paterson, Kennedy in Paterson. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Clifton High, I'll give back to them. I want to help out the kids with youth athletics, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to pretty much, like, I want to do stuff for kids with autism. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of different. I want to help the old people. You know, I want to help the people that need help. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of things that I want to do, that I say I want to do, that I feel like I have to do because now I just said it. You can't just say things and not mean it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Because then you'll be looked at as a liar, or like, you know, or just somebody that's be all talk. It's not me. It's not where I want to go. That's not how I want people to view me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I had this in my mind. I even told my daughter's mom, like, you know what I'm saying? We had this conversation, what I wanted to do. Like, it's like, yo, I just want to give back to the community. You know what I'm saying? I mean, of course I want, you know what I'm saying? I want my house. I want my car. I want my daughter to have whatever she wants. But I also want to give back to my community, and maybe even my whole state, because I love my state.
Right.
I love New Jersey. You know what I'm saying?
It's not better than New York, though. It's not better than New York. New Jersey stinks in certain parts.
If you say so.
I'm just telling you. I'm telling you.
If you say so. I mean, I love y'all New York people, too. You know, I mean, I love y'all, you know. Y'all next door. Like, y'all like the neighbors. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so you cool.
Like,
then, no
y'all
worry.
like cousins.
You cool. Let's just I said, all right, then. That's cool. The New Jersey's all right. Just make sure y'all mow y'all grass so my property taxes don't go down, all right?
Okay. That's funny.
So, all right, let's go back to your first match real quick, all right? If you can hop into a time machine and go back to your first pro wrestling match, you're going to be able to tell yourself something right before you go through that curtain. What would you tell yourself?
I would tell myself, hey, bro, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I know you're nervous right now, but, bro, you'll be all right, man. Just listen to bro in the ring with you. Put on the shit. Be Crazy Ivan says all the time, be the dog. Show character. You know what I'm saying? But if that's my first match, show character, bro. Don't be scared to show character. Don't be scared to do the most, to exaggerate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't be scared. Like, you're okay. Like, don't be nervous. You're nervous. It's cool. Just go out there and have fun. Shit like that.
That's actually good advice that Crazy Ivan has given you. Like, be the dog. There's been times that I've been with you in the ring and I'm yelling at you, bark, 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 bark. Mm-hmm. You know, just so that, you know, and people start, once you start barking, what do the people do?
They start barking.
Because you're engaging them.
Yeah.
They're now
it's great when the kids do it. It's great when the kids do it.
Right. They're now a part of the show. Everybody wants to feel like they're involved. That's why people go to SeaWorld to sit in the splash zone to get splashed by pissy water from Shamu.
Yeah.
Because they want to feel involved in the show.
Right.
And for some people, that's just worth the price of admission in itself. Now that we know that you would tell what you would tell yourself after your first match, what did you learn from your first match?
I learned that I wanted to do this for the rest of my life. Like, you know, that's all. That's really what it was. You know, like, I was like, bro, I learned that I made it right. I made a good decision. I made a good decision on what I wanted to do in my life. If football wasn't going to take me where I wanted to go, you know what I'm saying? If I was losing, like, the love for it, I found my love again. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, don't leave your girl again. Like, this, she been loyal to you before. You left her for something else and it didn't work out. She back. Don't leave her again. And that's what I'm going with it right now. I'm not gonna leave wrestling again. Like, I'm gonna keep working hard, just as hard as I was. I'm gonna work hard as I was working in football with wrestling. Like, and probably times 2, times 10. That's what I got out of it, bro.
What makes pro wrestling special?
The fans, man. Like, it's like wrestling is nothing without the fans, bro. Like, I mean, you see it now on TV. You know, where there's no fans in the stands.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you come out, when I was a kid, my favorite wrestler was Stone Cold and The Rock. Okay. When he came out in Survivor Series, the glass shattered, and you know what I'm saying, that dun, 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 that came on, the whole arena went nuts. You know what I'm saying? And that's really what makes wrestling, is the fans. Because without the fans, I mean, you can wrestle. It's good now. AEW, Impact, WWE, they all doing their thing. It's cool now. You know what I'm saying? It's cool, but it's nothing without the fans, man. Like, it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? When you win the belt, when the face wins the belt, there's no fans in there to go crazy for it.
Right.
You see it on TV. They going crazy in the house. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. Like, I'm happy for them. You know what I'm saying? They happy. I'm happy. But I would like to see them there. I want them to party with me. You know what I'm saying? That's like a party. I want them to party with me, then see me party. You get what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm. Do you think that we'll ever get back to a point to where we'll have, like, fans, like, watching indie wrestling or in attendance for baseball, football, basketball, wrestling?
Absolutely. I honestly hope so. Absolutely, because it's the same thing. Football, somebody get popped. Ooh, you don't hear that. Only from the team, not from everybody in there. Basketball, somebody get dunked on. Oh, you don't hear that. So it's only from the teammates. Somebody in baseball hit a home run. Yeah, you don't hear no cheers. You don't hear a goal when people score soccer. It's just so it's just like it's just a dead feeling, you know what I'm saying? But it's not because I could feel it in spirit, but I'd rather than be there.
Who has been the biggest help to you in your career so far? The number one person. Put that person over so the world can know who they are.
Crazy Ivan definitely helped me the most. Like he helped me the most. Like he, he'll hit me up randomly. Hey Pittman, what you doing? You trying to wrestle? Trying to train? Hey, I want you to call me. I want to spit you. I want to talk to you about some ideas I got for you. Hey Pittman, I'm about to go to the training school. Be there 10 a.m. sharp. Really on me all the time. And I'm not complaining about it because that's what I need.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Gino Caruso. I love Gino. Gino opened a shop. I call it the shop. He opened a shop. You know what I'm saying? I get in the ring when Crazy Ivan's not there. He's there. Pittman, do this. Do this. Okay, you need to tighten it up more like this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, probably those two. And Prince Akhenaten, man. You and Prince Akhenaten, bro, and Dirtbag, man. You guys are awesome, bro. I can't even lie. Like this is not even me trying to just like, put you over because like I'm on the podcast with you. I'm being really serious, bro. Like you guys really, really like was a big influence or a big help in my wrestling career, like where I am today. You guys were really like something like really like special to me, bro, for real. And when I do make it, you know what I'm saying, I want to take you guys with me. You know what I'm saying? When I got a show, I'm free tickets. You know what I'm saying? I'll fly you out there and stuff like that. That's the same person I am, bro. You know what I'm saying? But first, right now, let's get there. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at. Like, listen to these guys and let's get there. That's where I'm at.
For me, I'm gonna be 100 with you right now. You never have to fly me out anywhere to give me free tickets. If you're in town, I'll come by. I'll say what up. But for me, all I would want from you is the satisfaction of knowing that you're on TV every single week, making money and taking care of your baby girl. But don't forget where you came from, because my goal is like, okay, for me, I've come to the realization, I may never make it to WWE. I think that Impact or AEW or Ring of Honor might be a place for me. But, I think that you're a lot younger than I am, so you might have that opportunity to go to WWE. So when you get to these big places and you're doing these big things, just never forget where you came from.
Never. I would never do that. Never. I'll come in. I see Sonny last Monday. He comes in every now and then. And yeah, Sonny Kiss. He comes in every now and then, and you know what I'm saying? He'll train. He'll talk to the bros. That's a really, really cool guy, too. I like him.
Yes.
Him, Kenny, Corey, Bradley. He changed the name. But Bradley.
Alex Raymond?
Yes, Alex Raymond. Both the Graysons, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're really, those guys, I think they all in the same class. But those guys, they are really, really good guys. I like those guys. Like, they help me, too, all the time, they invite me out, sometimes, too, So, I like those. Like, those are really good guys.
The thing about wrestling, though, that a lot of people don't understand is that you do a portion of your learning at a school, at a wrestling facility. Like for you and me, it's ECPW in Lake Hiawatha, New Jersey, ran by Gina Caruso. But you also get a portion of your education in the ring in front of live people, because when you're practicing, you don't get that fan feedback, that instant feedback right then and there. But the other part as well too is that you get another part of the learning that you get is from hanging out with the boys and the girls after the show, where you're sitting at a diner or you're riding in a car from the show or to a show where you're learning. I don't ever forget the education that I got from Nunzio and Danny Doring when we were going down to the Jersey Shore to do a wrestling show. Sometimes all you got to do is zip your lips and open your ears, and you'll learn so much. So much.
That's so true.
What have been some of the sacrifices you've encountered trying to wrestle on the weekends and train as much as you do?
Well, I got a 4-year-old, my baby girl. So, I mean, sometimes like I wouldn't make it when I want to because other stuff would get in the way. You know what I'm saying? Not involving her, but like, you know what I'm saying? I'll do what I gotta do for her, but then something else will come along. You know what I'm saying? But I train as frequently as I can. Like, you know what I'm saying? I work at the post office right now. So it's like, my only days off is on Thursdays. So I go on Thursday. I'll be there for about 5, 6, maybe like 3, 4 hours, maybe. I'll go Saturday morning because I got to work at 2 that day. You know what I'm saying? 2 in the afternoon that day. But Monday, I'll try to get in there. I'll try to get in there on Monday after work. Tuesday is just dead for me. Mm-hmm. But yeah, when I could, whenever I could get out there to a wrestling ring and work on my craft, I'm there. You know what I'm saying? Right now, me and my daughter's mom, we split time. With my daughter, she'll be a week over there. She'll be a week over here. Mm-hmm. So when she's at her mom's, that's when I'll be able to go all out and go all in. You know what I'm saying? When she's with me, I have to think about what I'm about to do. I have to, chop it up, portion it up, you know what I'm saying? Because I want to get time in with her, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And if I'm working 1 to 7 every day, but I wake up and I got to go train Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's tough. So I'll take like a few days off, but for the most part, yeah, it's been working out for me recently. So, sorry.
So you say your daughter's 4 years old. Does she understand what daddy does on the weekends?
Absolutely. She said, she was like, Daddy, what the blue chips say? I said, what the blue chips? She said, it's dope.
So she sounds like your number one fan.
Yeah, that's my baby girl, man. She's like, yeah, she's really with it. Like, she likes it. She's like, Daddy, give me a shot collar. I'm like, okay. Yeah, she's great, man. She's great.
So you are the 2019 ECPW Rookie of the Year. That's a title that you can only earn once in an organization. What do you think led to you earning that award?
Consistency. Me being consistent, me showing that I wanted to be great. I think a lot of people seen that in me. A lot of veterans, Gino, because he's, Gino, for real, the fans, they seen that. Everybody's seen it, that I want to be great, and I'm not taking away from anybody else. I know everybody wants to be great. I'm not taking away from nobody. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want anybody to think that I am. Like, I'm not a jerk, and I don't think that highly of myself. But I do have confidence in myself. You know what I'm saying? And I know when I want to get something done, I'm going to get it done. When I want to be great at something, I'm going to be legendary. You know what I'm saying? That's the level, that's the skill level, that's the level that I want. You know what I'm saying? That's the talent that I want to be. Anything less, it's like, bro, why are you doing this? That's my mindset. You know what I'm saying? That's the mindset of the blue chip, of the dog. You know what I'm saying? That's me. If I ain't doing it 100%, why are you doing it? Mm-hmm. So it's like,
You said that if you're going to do it, you want to be legendary. So, okay, so let's jump in a time machine again. I love time travel movies. If you guys don't know, the best, I could tell you why Back to the Future is the greatest movie in the world, but this isn't about me. This is about you. So you're going to jump into a time machine. We're in a DeLorean, and we're going to about 50 years from now, right? What do you want your professional wrestling legacy to be? What do you want people to say about Ray Pittman?
I want people to say he was badass. You know what I'm saying? He was the realest. You know what I'm saying? He was number one. He did what he always cared about our feelings, as a fan. He always cared about our feelings, you know what I'm saying? But that badass part, that's when they say that, I love when they say that. It's just so funny. Like, it's just so lit. Like, yo, he's badass. It make me think of like...
You're talking about the fans when they say that you're badass.
Yeah, okay. I love when they say that, bro. I love when they say that. That's dope. That's dope. But yeah, I like that that I was badass. Because that's how I feel about Stone Cold. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about Bubba Dudley.
Bully Ray.
Bully Ray. He's the realest. I liked him. He was the realest. He was tough. New Jack, him too. The list goes on of people that I feel like that was badass. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's where I want to go. Like, that's my attitude. I feel like I could bring that energy.
Let's say that Cody Rhodes or Vince McMahon or Tony Khan or some big wrestling exec is listening. Why are you the best person that they should hire to wrestle for their company?
I'm coachable. I'm coachable, like 100%. You say, yo, I don't like how you do this. Do it like this. And I'll practice it 100 times a day till I get it right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm determined. I want what's best for myself and what's best for the company. You know what I'm saying? I want the best out of everything. I could bring that to you, and with like honesty. I'm very loyal. You know what I'm saying? I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't do anything bad to people who don't do anything bad to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm bringing, like, everybody's athletic. Everybody can do a backflip. You know what I'm saying?
I can't.
just learned how to do a backflip.
I can't. I don't know backflips.
Well,
I do rear chin locks and I drop elbows on people. Everybody can't.
Well, it's a lot of athletes in wrestling that could do backflips. I just learned. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of athletes that can do backflips. You know, they could do a whole lot of cool stuff. You know what I'm saying? So what makes me different from everybody else, I feel like I'm just 100% coachable. You know what I'm saying? I won't backtalk you. I'll just do what you want me to do. You know what I'm saying? And then you'll see if it's right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I'll just do it. I ask you how you want me to do it. Okay, I got you, coach. Let's get right. That's my answer all the time.
So what's next for Ray Pittman?
Man, what's next right now? Dang, I just want to get rid of this pandemic, man, because I really want to get back in the ring so bad. Like, I miss it. You know what I'm saying? I miss being around my guys, you know, my bros. You know what I'm saying? I miss being around the fans. Like, but what's next? I'm trying to make a title run. I don't know. I don't know where and what title, but I know that I want to be champion, and I know I want to get to the next level. But first it's baby steps. You know what I'm saying? I gotta set my goals, get there, bang. That's just how it goes for me.
Well, Ray, I guess that's our time. It was amazing having you hang out with me all this time and talk about all the stuff in pro wrestling. Let me tell you something. I feel like you're a very inspirational person. Like, you've inspired me. Like, that question that you gave about what makes you the best person, that punched a hole through my chest. Like, I felt that. But tell everybody how they can find you on social media. Tell them, how can they find Ray Pittman?
Hey, you can find me on social media. You can find me on Instagram at Time to Play Ray. Time, TYME, the number 2. Play and Ray, RAY. You can find me on Twitter, same thing, only REY. You know, Facebook, Ray Pittman. You know, yeah, and everything else, just hit me, bro. You want to talk to me? You want to hit me up in my DMs? I got you. We can talk, we can chat. You can let me know how you feel. You can let me know what you think and what you think I should do. I'll talk to you, for real.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. You have Ray Pittman. Ladies and gentlemen, stick around. Don't go anywhere, because when I come right back, I'm going to tell you who's going to be here next week. That's right. You're going to know who's going to be here next week. And you're going to get my reactions from Ray Pittman when I return on the Tristen Law Show. Hey, you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. That shirt you're wearing is so not cool. Why don't you head on over to TristenLawShow.com and get yourself a new shirt. Not only will you be cool, but you'll also be supporting the show. What are you waiting for? Go now and get a hat too while you're at it. Thank me later. We're the show at TristenLawShow.com. Welcome back to the Tristen Law Show, and I am Tristen Law. Thanks to Think Nasty for batting practice featuring your boy Beto. If you want your music played in this podcast, type on over to TristenLawShow.com and contact the show. Next week, we're going to have Prince Akhenaten. He's going to join us, and he's going to talk about everything from his relationship with Sonny Kiss and everything around and in between. You are not going to want to miss next week's episode. But what about Ray Pittman? I hope you enjoyed that interview as much as I did. More importantly, what did you think of him? I'll tell you what I think. I think that he's going to be somebody in the professional wrestling business. He's going to be somebody in the sports realm. And you're going to be able to say that you heard him first here on the Tristen Law Show. But know this, after listening to this episode, you do know that he's a great father. He's a great human being. He's a hard worker. And sky's going to be the limit for him. Hey, Ray, thanks again for your time. If you're listening to this podcast and Apple Podcasts, please subscribe, leave a review, and rate the Tristen Law Show 5 stars. It helps Apple and my team know that you really liked what you heard, and the best part is that it's free. If you already rated the show 5 stars, that's cool too. Go do it again. Just know that here, it's not a felony. I know, you may not have listened on Apple Podcasts, or you may not even have listened on an Apple device. But wherever you've listened, go ahead and subscribe if you can. And please tell a friend, because I'll be right here waiting for them. Thank you for hanging out with me, and thank you for your time. I hope you liked the episode, because I know I did. You can find out much more about myself and the Tristen Law Show at TristenLawShow.com. Remember, one of the biggest compliments you can give me is to tell a friend about this podcast and share it on social media. Don't forget, I'll be back next week with Prince Akhenaten for episode 7. I'm Tristen Law, and until next Wednesday, adios.